This is Brighton TV and this is the match preview for Brighton vs West Brom in our FA Cup replay. Brighton have won 4 of our last 5 replays, which is really good for our team, so hopefully that motivates them to do really well. And as we know, we'd be expecting changes for this match. So we'd expect, last match we did 6 changes I believe, so let's hope maybe our changes, they do something and work as a team. Since I was thinking in the West Brom game, where will goals come from? Since we weren't working as a team in that game, we had 24 shots, hardly any of them were on target, and I didn't really see any real clear-cut chances because most people were shooting outside the box, trying to act as an individual hope. Okay, if I score the goal, I'll be in the side. Instead of, okay, let me help create a goal for us to win the match. Like, we had a lot of half chances, you could say, but not really any clear-cut chances. So hopefully we do create something, since that'll make our team like 1-2. We should be able to be scoring at least one clear-cut chance. And Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh is expected to start, announced by Chris Hughton, so he might give a tiny bit more creativity to the team. And Viktor Gyökeres, I saw he was left out of the under-23 squad, which beat Spurs 2-0, and he was fit, so he might be actually travelling to the Hawthorns maybe to play. So let's hope if he does play, he will do another what he did like in the first game. He did a couple of good runs. He looked like he was the only one who wanted to play in the team, so let's hope he does do that. And with him being a really versatile player, being able to play on the left and right wing, and also as a striker, that gives Chris Hughton a lot of options for him. And we know Anthony Knockaert, he's not been in the first squad lately, so maybe he will play. And I think maybe 4-4-2, play 2 strikers with Gyökeres and somebody like Murray, since Murray, I think, against West Brom, against an inexperienced side, since last game they had a really young side, against an inexperienced side, he'll thrive, and he thrived so much in the Championship. So hopefully with a second striker in Gyökeres, he'll be able to score. And like a lot of players, like Stevens is probably injured after getting an injury in the warm-up for the Watford game, so we wouldn't expect him to be in the side. So maybe Bissouma and Kyle, 2 not first-team players, to play there. And Dan Burn, as we know, he played amazing in the first game, so we would expect him. And with Bernardo expecting to possibly be back for this game, I think playing him might actually be a good idea, since then it's not a really important game. He doesn't have to run as fast as he can, which might increase the risk of his hamstring injury getting worse, and with Bruno on the other side. But another way to think about it is we don't want to risk him too early, so play Bong in the left back position and let Bernardo be able to come back for Saturday's game against Burnley, since that might mean he'll be fit and we won't risk him, which is 2 ways to think about it. So David Button, I'd expect him to be in goal, since he's been playing really well while Ryan was gone. So I'd expect him in goal, since he did a lot of good saves. So I'd expect him in goal, and Dan Burn with maybe Balogun, or I could see Hughton playing Dunk or Duffy. But I think Balogun, as it is a midweek game with 2 Premier League games, like one a few days ago and one a couple of days after this game, I could see him making a lot more changes. So maybe Balogun and Dan Burn, with Dan Burn showing why he wants to play in the first squad. And Balogun, we've seen him before, like against Palace, we've seen him, he played really well, so let's hope he does another good performance to meet the competitiveness for the defenders to go up and up, so they play their best. So my score predictions for this match will be 2-1 Brighton, since I feel like goals could, if we have 1-2 chances, we should be able to score against this West Brom side. So I'd expect Glenn Murray to score, along with Victor Gyökeres, as I was saying, really good young player who wants to be in the first team. He's from the academy, so you'd expect him. Like Solly March and Lewis Dunk, you saw Lewis Dunk with his head blocking a shot. And Solly March, they came from the academy. They want to play for Brighton, so you'd expect him to play his heart out for this club. And I think West Brom will score with, I'd expect, a really big changes. Well, the team might not be able to work as a team early on. Hopefully they do in the second half a lot, but we might concede one goal, and as we are away, we tend to concede away, so we might concede one goal, but hopefully we score more than them, and if it does end up being a draw, we can win on penalties. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Brighton TV and follow us on Instagram.